Perfect. Hello. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world watching this after the fact. Welcome to Malta Poets Society online open mic. What an interesting cohort of people today. We have at least 5 different nations. What a beautiful, beautiful idea. Thank you, Paulo. Paulo is the person who started this off physically in real life, in-person meetings, in small, like rustic places, nice little quaint, warm, homely cafes and small bookshops in Malta in 2017. Then, because of how the world developed and how life changed in 2020, we went online and we never looked back because we've been meeting so many beautiful people like who are on the call today. Yes, it is absolutely a small world. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, so Yogi Paulo, the more we go on, maybe with assistance and help and maybe some financial donations when we start a form of campaign, I could have more equipment to work with and show who Yogi Paulo is. But today, I will just mention one of his quotes. I have just short of 100 quotes of his from either my interaction with him or things like that. And today's Yogi Paulo quote is this: "What you fight, you give power to." Yogi Paulo, what you fight, you give power to. Okay, so some basics before we get really going. Whoever is invited to pass on their contribution, we invite you to share who you are, like your name and your country of origin, name and surname, country of origin, and at the same time, where are you now? You might be, I don't know, a Maltese person, but living in whatever other country. Feel free to share a little bit about yourself, just to give us a basic idea, and then the item, the title, and the context of what it is, so that we can further understand, both on this call, of course, and after the fact, and people watching the episode later on can have a context of understanding of, excuse me, pardon me, of what we're saying and speaking. So if it's okay, I would like to honor my mother tongue. I am from Malta. Maltese is our language. And as I was sharing with people before, for some people who might not know, might not have even heard of Maltese, Maltese is a language, it's a language of its own. It's not like subject to any other thing or something like that. And even though we are actually physically located, Malta is physically located 96 kilometers south of Sicily, we are not part of Italy or Sicily. We are an actual country. So politically speaking, we are our own country and we have our own language, Maltese. In terms of how to understand Maltese, I always use the metaphor. Imagine a human body. The skeleton would be Semitic. So the roots of our words are Semitic. So they could sound a lot like Arabic, for example. But then the flesh and the muscles and the tendons are between the Greek, the Roman, and the Latin. And we do have words that resemble other languages as well, not only European. So it's quite an interesting mix. However, it depends very much on the accent, maybe the type of Maltese. So for example, I have a few words here that are not used in commonplace language today. And this poem is called Amilli Kul Leil, which means do this to me every night. Now I will read it first and then I will explain what it means, of course. Geddisni, ħaddanni, għannaqni, ħandub fil-maqbad tajdejk, madwari manqin, imdawrin, sabiex jiwensuni, jimelsuni, jilqoni, fl-infinit tas-serħan mal-lejl. Kull lejl, kull lejl, kull lejl. It's a short one. I don't know if you understood anything of that. So amilli means do to me. Kul lejl, every night. So get this needs to cuddle, haddan needs to hold, annaq needs to hug. Handub, so that I will melt. Fil-maqbat tajdejk, in the capture of your arms. Around me. Hugging me. Surrounding me. So that, sabiex, iwensuni, to find solace. Imelsuni, to caress. Yilqoni, to welcome me. Fl-infinit tas-serħan mal-lejl, in the infinity of rest during the night. Kull-lejl, 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 every night, every night, every night. So that's the explanation of it in Maltese. Thank you for listening. Interestingly, that we started with Maltese, and now could we go to another country, another language? Claire, would you like? Oh my God, Claire, I just realized you really wrapped up.
Yeah, I know, it's not warm here. Okay, hold on.
It's not warm here either, Claire.
Pardon?
It's not warm here either.
No. Where are you?
Toronto?
Where are you? Where are you, Erin?
Toronto, like Kim.
Toronto, no, it'll be cold there. Okay, so this is a poem called Yrwylan by Dafydd ap Gwilym. Dafydd ap Gwilym was a Welsh poet who was he had a way with the ladies. One particular lady, one lady in particular, but he had a way with the ladies. He was a ladies' man. He was kind of medieval, maybe a bit later than that. As the bardic tradition in Wales was beginning to die out, the princes, Wales was a principality, Britain was a principality, different tribes and princes. And then as the Welsh got moved back across Britain, and they were just a principality. There was no there was kings in England, you see, and they were just anyway. But they had court poets, and Dafydd ap Gwilym was a bard. And this is I'm sorry about this. I'm really sorry. I've got this tablet thing and it's got a password on it. I'm trying to get away with not using stuff. Okay, this is the girl. Very often he'd send a gull to or a bird to his lover, take a message. Yrwylan deg ar lanw dioer, un rhyw ag eri neu wenllwyr. Dilwch yw dy degwch di, darn fel hael, darn vol heli. Ysgafn ar don eigion wyd. Oh, damn. Anyway, oh, there we are. Sorry. Sorry, I'm distraught with technology. So anyway, that's Welsh. That's a little bit of Welsh. I've got a little bit of that was a bigger verse than that. So here's a poem I wrote myself to show the connection between Welsh and English. 999, my 9 chwain, arfen K99. And that's in Welsh. It says, nan, nan, nan. There are 8 nits on my K99. There we are. So that's that. Okay, sorry about that. I had the dreaded black screen.
That's all right, dear. No problem at all.
Remind me never to use my never to use my tablet if I'm on stage.
Oh, by the way, Claire.
Yes.
Just a reminder, never use your tablet when you're on stage.
Thank you. Absolutely not.
Hey, that I think she can still learn. There's time. Learning has no age. You can still learn how to use the tablet.
Absolutely.
Give me a call, maybe I'll teach you.
Beautiful. All right, so shall we move to Julian, Malaysia? Let's hear some Malayan today.
So the word for the language is called Malay or Bahasa Melayu, which Bahasa means language of the Malays. So the race that is the majority in Malaysia is called Malays, and the language is called Malay, and the language in Malay also extends to Indonesia, the neighboring country, but it's slightly different. Malaysians can understand Indonesian to some level, but some of the words are not the same. So just the background on this poem. Can I share screen?
I believe Claire might need to give you the rights to do that. Just try, see whether it manages, and if not, we'll get Claire. Cannot yet. Claire, are you hearing us? We need to give permission to share screen to Julian, please.
Yes, okay. I'm making him a co-host.
Okay.
Perfect. Here you are. You can do that now.
Okay, let me get the right. Hi. Share screen.
Beautiful. It's coming on.
Yeah. So this poem was written in response to the Prime Minister at that time, whose wife was incredibly extravagant. She had like 300 branded handbags. She was like the Imelda Marcos of handbags in Malaysia. You know, Imelda Marcos had thousands of shoes before they were kicked out of Philippines, and she had hundreds and hundreds of handbags in her home that were all taken away by the police. And her husband is now in jail, the Prime Minister of the country. So if you remember, the just before the French Revolution, Marie Antoinette famously apparently said, when the peasants were run out of bread, let them eat cake, right? So this is biar mereka makan kue, let them eat cake. I'll explain all of it after I read it. Jangan cuba kau mencakar langit, hanya makan kuih bangkit. Jangan mimpi kebebasan dahulu, hanya makan kuih bahulu. Segala akbar ku tapis, hanya makan kuih lapis. Ku mematah segala sayap, hanya makan kuih ketayak. Lapangkan otak yang berisi, duduk dalam gelap, makan kuih dan puisi. So it's a testament to the amount of repression and censorship that we had. So jangan cuba kau mencakar langit. Don't try to scrape for the sky. Just eat kuih bangkit. It's a kind of cake. So kuih means cake. I'll show the cakes shortly after. Jangan mimpi kebebasan dahulu. Don't dream of freedom of past. Just eat kuih bahulu. Segala akbar ku tapis. All your newspapers are censored. Just eat kuih lapis. Ku mematah segala sayap. I will break all your wings. Just eat kuih ketayak. And empty your brain. Sit in the dark and just eat cake and poetry.
Thank you for sharing. Before you take the screen off, can you look at the word that's practically in the middle of the screen? Akbar, Akhbar. Akbar, yes?
It's quite universal, right? Yeah.
That word is in Maltese without the H. It's Akbar, means bigger.
Means what? He's frozen.
Yes.
And it's coming from Semitic language. I'm sorry, you were broke off for a little bit.
Yes, we didn't hear what you said.
Hello,
you didn't
hello.
hear what it said.
We can hear you
didn't
now.
hear.
What did you mean?
Norman, me speak?
Yes.
Okay. The middle word, literally in the middle, in the center of the poem, Akbar, Akhbar. In Maltese, that means bigger.
Bigger?
Bigger. And it's also in Arabic languages and all that. Bigger.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because when you see there was a ruler, Akbar, from the Mughal emperor. He had the greatest empire ever in India.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Akhbar means
I think
newspaper,
even though
Yes, like that, Erin.
coming from different languages, we all have, the same connection somewhere or the other.
Yes, very, very true. Sorry to interrupt, but I had to point out the spelling of it as well. So that's the, oh, look at that.
So this is
Nice.
kueh bangkit. It's white and powdery, and it's made from those molds, and it's
Okay.
sweet, and sometimes it's shaped in birds and cakes and stuff,
Wow,
bunnies.
wow.
Yeah. This
Beautiful.
one is kueh bahulu. It's fluffy. It's a kind of like a spongy cake.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But it's only about this size. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kueh lapis, which is layered. Lapis means layered cake. Yeah.
Okay. And in Maltese, lapis means pencil, by the way. Look how close the words are.
Pencil.
Pencil,
Oh.
lapis.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And this is kueh ketayap, which is a kind of green thing with the coconut inside. That's sweet. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I just used those words to rhyme with the
Yeah.
earlier words. Yeah.
That's things. And thank you so much for sharing, man. That's lovely. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And no worries, Erin. I saw your chat. Completely understand. We respect that. Beautiful. Yes. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so do we have Rosangelica? Would you like to do something in another language?
Yes, so I did buck up the confidence. I will be doing it in Hindi for this round, so I'll just go ahead with that.
Mhm.
By the way, yeah, I forgot I had to do an introduction. I'm a very forgetful person. So I am 13 and I am from India. I'm currently living in India and I want to pursue literature further on. I have been writing since the last 5 to 6 years, and the way I got into writing was actually because I'm an albino. And here's the thing, being an albino in the country, people always mocked me for it. They always made fun of the color of my skin or my low vision. And that kind of made me curl up into just writing. So writing to me is just a way to communicate the world. It it doesn't matter what language, it doesn't matter how it is written. I think that anything can be a poetry if it has meaning. And life hence is a poetry. So keeping that in mind, I'll be reading a poem called Ma in Hindi. Ma actually translates to mother in English. And this is a poetry which I wrote for Mother's Day. So for my own mother, I wrote it, I think, a year or two ago. I still have it somewhere. So I'll be reading that to you. बचपन
Thank
में
you so much.
उसकी गोद में मैं खेली, जब लोग मेरा मजाक उड़ाते तब वह मुझे कहती थी कि बेटी तू है बहुत अलबेली, बेटी वह तुझसे जलते हैं क्योंकि वो कहती मुझे बेटी तू है मुझे जान से भी प्यारी, कितनी कितनी प्यारी है वो, मुझे आज उन्हें कहने की है बारी। जब मैं छोटी थी तब वह मुझे रात को रोज वह कहानियां कहती थी, कितनी अच्छी थे ना वो दिन जब चांद पर भी परियां रहती थी। मैं डरती तब मुझे अपने आंचल में छुपा लेती, जब मैं डगमगाती तब मुझे छत से पकड़ लेती। माँ तू कहती ना थी कि काली रातों को तेरे जीवन में चांदनी से भरने वाली चंद्रमा हूं मैं, कि तेरा पूरा संसार हूं मैं, उसका दिल सोने का है, मैं जा भी नहीं सकती कि आज मुझे उसे डर खोने का है। माँ आज नाश्ते में कुछ अच्छा बनाना, स्कूल आ रही हो तो कुछ अच्छा पहनना। माँ दोस्तों के सामने शर्मिंदा ना करना, जब दोस्त घर पर आए तब चुपचाप रसोई में अपना काम करना। माँ, मेरे मुंह से ये चीजें सुनते सुनते तेरे कान नहीं पकते। जब मेरा सिर दर्द होता है तब उसे दबाते हुए तेरे हाथ नहीं थकते। माँ मेरी माँ मेरा भविष्य में आने वाले दागों को साफ कर दे। माँ मेरी गलतियों के लिए मुझे माफ कर दे। तेरे बिना अकेला सा लगता है यहाँ। अब तो गले से लगा लेना माँ। अब तो गले से लगा लेना माँ। Firstly, I'm really sorry if there were any issues while I was reading, just little vision. And secondly, the poem just aims to kind of, bring back all these childhood memories. Just saying how she used to hold me close, how there was always time for her, even though she's a working mother. And there were just times when I just used to come home crying because every single day people would be really mean. As I said, I was always discriminated and bullied for my skin. So everything I am right now is because of her. And to attribute to that, I wrote this poem. So thank you.
That was beautiful. That was
Thank you so
beautiful,
much
even
for
though I didn't
sharing. You were
understand.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
that was
Wow.
beautiful.
I
Thank
feel
you.
honored to have sat and witnessed that.
Yeah.
Wow. Blessings to you, darling. So thank you. So thank you.
No, thank you. You've given me an opportunity I would have never missed.
Wow.
It's actually 1 a.m. and I'm right here sitting.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm guessing that most people found us and found this event through EventBrite. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Erin, I believe you as well.
Well, here's the thing. So basically, I have to turn to such websites because when you look here within the country, there are very few open mics online, and where I live, there are none. So this is how you do stuff.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm very, very grateful. Very grateful. I think Erin
Yes.
is frozen. I don't know if Erin
No,
can
no,
hear us.
not
I'm
from
just
here.
curious where Erin is from.
But he cannot really speak. Remember, he has to be quiet.
Yeah, because he's in the library, but I don't know if
Erin's she's in the library, Norman,
yeah.
so she has to go in the chat.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm asking where she's from. Okay. Thank you so much for your contributions to date. I know Erin would not be in a position to read poetry today, maybe another time. And if I can ask, this event happens every third Saturday of the month. You're more than welcome to join next time and invite others as well. And you see how it grows organically. This is like, wow, this is fantastic. Kim, are you ready to read your letter, dear?
Sure. So I grew up in Toronto. I live 15 minutes from where my entire family grew up. I'm on Lake Huron, and my family background is from Scotland. And I always wanted to travel to Scotland. I never got a chance to do that, but I did get to go to Russia. And that was an eye-opener. So I have a connection since I was a little girl. And recently, I thought perhaps my name was something other than Kim. So I looked it up and I came across Katerina. So my first name is actually Catherine. And
Okay.
Katerina or Klatia or Ekaterina, and that means pure. And then I found another name, Anni, A-N-N-I, and I looked that up, and it means favored by God. So I felt that was probably my name when I lived in Russia, whenever that was.
Mm-hmm.
So my letter is dated November the 4th. Dear one, you are enough. You always have been. You are a powerful being. Do not let the shadows take you down. See them as part of you. Love all that you are. Feel it all. See how it has molded you into what you are today. Do not ever apologize for who you are. You chose to come here to help those close to you to brace their authentic selves. Show the way by example and let it go. It is not your job. Your job is to rise each day and be the love that you are. Keep shining your brilliant light. You know what is right in your heart, and your intuition will lead you in the direction you need to go. And then I signed it. What I sign always when I write a letter is love always.
That is absolutely amazing. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Wow. Excellent. Really cool. Thank you so, so much. Beautiful. We learn so much. We get so much like inspired. And we also have a space to express ourselves here. Thank you so, so much. Okay, so that's basically round one. All right, so are we ready to do a round two, maybe in English this time? Don't have to. It's just I'm just like asking who there is who would like to contribute. Maybe you can
Okay,
do in
so
English.
I'd like to go if it was possible.
Come again, sorry.
I would like to go for round two if it was possible, if everyone's on board.
Perfect, good. Go for it. Go for it. Here we are.
Okay, so the poetry I am sharing is called You Won't Be Forgotten. And it is a tribute to my late grandmother and how she faced a lot of troubles. So I think she's at peace now that she's in heaven because she's faced a lot of things when she was, alive. She had a lot of accidents and it was painful to say at least. So here we go. The poetry is titled You Won't Be Forgotten, and this was written on 2nd March 2022. Here we go with it. When I close my eyes, there you are. Even though you've traveled off away so far, in my dreams I can see how happy you are there to be. You will never be redrawn off my mind's walls. Why couldn't we hear your last calls? You left and went away. Your memories I shall remember each day. With you gone, we've grown lonely. Without you, this place does not feel homely. But I'm happy that you found peace somewhere, my love. The only sorrow is that you're no more near. For you are someone who has a part of my heart. Never thought we will be galaxies apart. One day we shall again cross ways. Until then, we will have to figure out how to, without each other, spend these eternity hell of a days. How to, without each other, spend these eternity hell of a days. So that is it. And I would like to clarify something. So hell of a days is actually a phrase we commonly use. So it's not a curse or anything. It's in a different sense. You can just look it up.
Mm-hmm. Wow, 13. Blessings there. Blessings, blessings, huh? I just got a thought coming to my mind. Have you, has anyone here basically, but particularly Rosangelica, because you just stimulated me to share this. Do you know of the movie called Finding Forrester?
I've definitely heard about it. I've read a few reviews. I have not yet watched it.
From what you've shared tonight, I somehow felt I needed, this thing came up for me. So if you get the opportunity, feel free to watch it, and hopefully we'll see you again in future episodes of Malta Poet Society online open mic. Please do let us know that you've watched it and what your feelings or like observations or comments or whatever it is are about
Okay,
the
so how does this sound? Next time, instead of doing a poem, I'll do a movie review in Hindi.
You can if you like. You can if
That
you
will
like.
be, everybody's ears will bleed. That's how bad I am at the language.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, Julian, Kim, Claire, anyone wants to do something in English? All right, Julian is going for it. Beautiful.
On the same theme, this is called Unfriend. You know how when a person passes away, you can't seem to delete their phone number or unfriend them on Facebook. So this is a poem about that. I can't unfriend a dead friend on Facebook. I can't delete the number on my phone either. What am I expecting? A phone call? A text message? Heaven really needs to expand its cell phone coverage. Hell only makes collect calls. I never pick up those. I know it's just a spammer trying to sell me something I don't need. They must have a lot of free upgrade plans down there. Your marketing teams are killers. Friendship online can be a tenuous thing. Is a friend on social media a real friend or just a means to an end, like a creeper on a wall hanging to a boundary, clinging to a boundary, or a border between two countries without immigration checks or customs clearance? I have too much baggage anyway and always need to unload. I grieve at birthday reminders. I reread your last posts, your last messages. You are a haunted house with broken windows. I peek in to see your ghost. Come out and play, I say. You laugh, smile, then walk away. Not my time already? Why did yours come so early? It's like you took an elevator up and pressed the top button. You should have gotten off earlier. You missed my floor. I'm still here and all the elevators are broken. They only go down now. I take the staircase sometimes just to hear the echo of you. I could use a hug tonight. Do you give lots of those up there? Do you receive any from the angels? I never was God as the huggable kind, just an old guy with a long beard with a mean streak. Put us all on one planet and left us here. Go forth and multiply. We overdid it, I think. How do you embrace 8 billion people? Even 1,000 friends online is too much. One hug truly given is all I need tonight, but ghosts and gods don't hug, do they? Invisibility is too high a wall to cross for now. It's a boundary you can't see, but always there. Border on a map made up of broken lines. This border between us, it's made up of broken hearts. I'm just glad there's no unfriend button on your end, because I'm never going to unfriend you on mine. End poem. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, always extremely deep stuff, man. I'm honored. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolutely. Yes, yes, that's nice. Love that. Love that. All right. Kim or Claire, anyone?
Yes, okay.
Go for it.
I just want to say to Kim, as well, your writing there, your letter. Yes, I get that sort of stuff too.
Nice.
Yeah. Direct thoughts there. Okay,
Yeah.
this one, I very rarely do other people's stuff, but I'm going to read this. It's by R.S. Thomas, a Welsh, a famous Welsh poet. It's called The Fair. The idiot goes round and around with his brother in a bumping car at the fair. The famous idiot smile hangs over the car's edge, illuminating nothing. This is mankind, being taken for a ride by a rich relation. The responses are fixed, bump, smile, bump, smile, and the current is generated by the smooth flow of the shillings. This is an orchestra of steel with the constant percussion of laughter, but where he should be laughing, too, his features are split open, and look, out of the cracks come warm human tears.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's nice, by the way, to have a mix of us reading other people's poetry as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kim, do you have something or can I go?
I just want to say to Rosa Angelica that you are a beautiful flower, and I'm really blessed to have met you, my dear, and all the people online today, because most of my family is gone, and my grandma was my mentor. She was my teacher. She was a kind and gentle soul, and it took me a long time to realize that she was a little ways away. And then one day I realized she was part of me, and I dream of her. We have tea together. We visit. It's I'm just overwhelmed at everything that everybody shared today. And thank you, Norman, for letting me be here today. This is really cathartic.
I'm very, very, very pleased, very, very grateful, very grateful. So for something in English that actually, in a way, sort of like captures everything we've done up to now. So this is the point before we go to the little exercise. And I just do something in English. It's called Exploring Diversity, which is, of course, very fitting for the diversity we have on the call today. A reflection about having different points of view, different ways of thinking, different ways of looking at things, diverse perspectives, multiple responses or reactions, and so on and so forth. To these situations, I reflect. We are one due to or because of all our aspects and all our diversity. Please stop trying to convert or impose views, ideologies, thoughts, beliefs, and the whole ball of wax. Oneness, wholeness, necessarily implies differences. We can't all be hands, noses, or feet, ears, eyes, or thighs. The whole human being requires all components to exist and function. In our differences, we make the oneness happen. In being and in coexisting, we nourish and grow. In working together, we add to our expansion and advancement. Allow, relax, let be. This may be the greatest transformation that mankind will ever go through. The allowing of others to be. Furthermore, perhaps supporting them and assisting them to realize their full potential. Written in December of 2016. Thank you so much for listening. Claire, just do a little bit of a request when we're tackling the recording that we save the chat. There's information there that will be helpful for us. And yeah, so can I offer now a little bit, and this is open and not forced. I'm going to offer a time slot, whoever would like to, all right, to do, so what did I just do? Exploring diversity. To do a little bit of free writing let's say for about 5 minutes. Okay. And I'm going to suggest whoever wants to do this exercise, we can then share what we wrote afterwards. But before that, I see a hand up. Am I right? Yeah, okay. So somebody wants to ask something before we go?
Oh, I'm
before we-
saying I'm all in.
So I'm all in. All right, good. So the free writing topic for today, and I will explain where I got it from because it is quite interesting. Usually I'm like thinking very hard and I would have it prepared from before, but today something magical happened and I will explain afterwards. So whoever wants, you can get hold of your writing pads. And all right, let's see what the time is. So by 2024, we're back and we'll share whatever we've gotten to. So title for today, Out of the Shadow, ... into the light. Out of the shadow, and I'm writing it live with you. ... into the light. Okay, let us go. All right, enjoy. There's going to be a moment of like a few minutes of no sound right now for people watching the episode after the fact, and then we're gonna come again. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, my poem, yeah, thank you for that reflection. My poem, Exploring Diversity, was a foretelling of 2023. How true. Yes, very much needed. Okay, out of the shadow into the light. 5 minutes free writing. Here we go. Let's start thinking of wrapping up. All right, so I finished mine as well. Okay. Mala, switch off. No, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make a request that I go last because I told you that I will explain where I get it from, and I actually wrote about actually that. So not so as not to spoil the fun of this exercise. I'm gonna go last with this, and if anybody would like to share, please let us know. And go ahead, Julian goes first. There you go. Eyes with the hand up.
It's something short. Out of the shadow into the light, I walked away without a fight. Who needs all the fuss, all that fuss and drama? I let it all go and chose my dharma. Out of madness into the meadow, I held on to my sanity, a much happier fellow. I'm better now, a lot more calmer. Let it all come around. That's called karma.
My God.
That was fantastic.
What talent, man. Thank you so much. My
Great
God,
prompt,
bless
Alex.
you. Bless you,
Okay,
my friend.
I did a little embarrassing thing. I thought we had to write a paragraph. I didn't know we had to write a poetry. So
Don't worry, you had to write. It's free writing. You could have done whatever you
anything.
like there. No rules, basically, except a time frame in which to write. So don't worry. Do whatever you
Okay,
like. Do
I'm
whatever you please.
ready. 3 pages say ready to submit.
Perfect. Perfect. If you want to read it, let's have it. It's up to you,
Okay,
dear.
I'll go because 2 is one's lucky number. We all are our own person and we all have our own identities. It is quite devastating if it is snatched away because we perceive ourselves as not good enough, not capable enough, or even not deserving enough. Within our soul lies a wonderful pop of chaos. And it's okay because this mess makes us us. For years now, I've perceived myself as not capable enough to do things. I've always thought, oh, he scored more than me. Great, he's written a better poetry than me. I'll never be good enough. But I've always failed to see what lies within me. It's okay if you feel the same because it is all about overcoming all of these insecurities, these shadows. I personally used to perceive shadows as a safe space, as a place which was mine to live in, to be in. It was a zone of quietness and calmness and peace. But I've realized now that these shadows have intoxicated me over time to believing that I may not grow in the world outside. That lingering reality is not perceptible. So let's throw out these shadowy glasses. Let us open up to the world around us. It is all about seeing yourself in light. It's all about perceiving yourself as good enough. It is okay because at the end of the day, there is one thing you're good at and you're better than at anybody else, and that is being yourself. So I believe that being out with the shadows and in with the light is all about seeing yourself being worthy enough, seeing who you are, and not letting darkness seep in a way through the cheerful pop of chaos. You'll rock it only if you know who you are. So, open up and grab a pen. Express yourself any way you want. That is my way of coming out of life. And I believe that it is a journey I'm walking upon. It is not the end. The light I'm searching for is far away. And it's okay. Because someday I'll reach it. And you will too. Good luck.
Wow. Wow. You should look at those claps. Look at those claps. Beautiful. My God. What a blessing. We are honored to have you here. I think I speak for so many people, I'm sure. I'm sure. I just let it out like this. We, not only I, we are honored to have you here, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you to you too.
Wow. All right. So we've had two. Kim, Claire, Erin, I believe will not be able to share, I believe, perhaps, not yet. Okay. Kim or Claire? Claire or Kim? Anyone?
I didn't have a pen, so when I do speed writing, I like to have a pen because I think there's a connection with the pen in your hand. But anyway, I just put a couple of words down. It's just I don't even know where it was going. Out of the shadows and into the light. The phrase went round and round in my head. I'd done everything just the way I'd been shown. The training was brutal and I thought I'd scrape through, but this was such a shock. My hands were red raw and I could hardly move my right one. The wrist was out of shape somehow. It's a good job I was so cold, the pain wasn't kicking in yet. So I don't know where it's going. Obviously it's the beginning of a story.
Lovely, as always, Claire. My
That's
God.
just came up like that.
My God. Oops, we lost somebody. Oh, we lost Erin. I think Erin did tell us that she needed to go, right?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, okay, no problem. I think that's not a glitch. I think that is a time restriction. And I'm very grateful because the original was 30 minutes and it's like an hour. So beautiful. All right, Kim, I believe you did have your hand up at some point in time.
I did. So
Beautiful.
on those long ones, I'll say a short and sweet one. Out of the shadow into the light. Without the shadow, we cannot see the light. We delve deep into our soul. We love, we share, we expand, and so it is.
My God, my God. I am genuinely, honestly humbled. Thank you so very much for sharing that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so here's mine. And at the same time, it just saves time from the explanation. All I will do after reading the explanation is to show you what it is. Out of the shadow, into the light. Very apt title or subtitle, as it were, of the book I got this from. Describing a journey of the whole human race during these current times, these last years, all captured, is my guess, in this autobiography of a fellow local, the late Francis Aloisio, whom I met 8 months before he crossed the Rainbow Bridge. The experiences of these last 3 years could very well be summed up in the 3 words of the actual title of this book, his autobiography. What a trip.
Huh?
Look at that. The title is What a Trip.
I knew I'd heard it somewhere. I've read the book.
Come again, dear, sorry?
I knew I've heard the thing somewhere, the Out of the Shadows thing, because I've read the book myself.
You read this book?
Yeah, I read 3 books a week at least.
Whoa! How interesting is that?
I'm
How
a book.
interesting is that? Yeah, what a trip. It's the book by Francis Xavier Aloisio. There you are. My God. Beautiful. Beautiful. What an interesting thing here. Somebody actually read this book. My God. Wow. Absolutely wow.
I usually don't do such genres. It's just I was just mindlessly scrolling and this just came. And it sounded fun, so I just picked it up.
How interesting. And this is the synchronicities that's going on. These are the synchronicities that are going on these last years. Beautiful. So people, thank you so much for being here. Any other comments, any observations, anything to share before we wrap up and meet again on the 3rd Saturday of December, which is the 16th, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
16th of 7th. Yes.
I've somebody I know, all of a sudden they'd published a Kindle book. Yeah? Can you hear me, Norman?
Yes, I can.
So he'd published a Kindle book. And I hadn't seen him for about 4 weeks. But he'd never mentioned that he was writing a book, especially not on spirituality. But
Okay.
anyway, he's published this book on Kindle and it's $4.99, so I bought it. And it's produced by AI. I thought he's used AI to do this. And then I thought I'm going to try it myself. So I downloaded Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And I said to it, write me an outline of a book on spirituality, and it did. And then I said, expand on this chapter, and it did. Expand on this, and it did. Give me some exercises that people can do, and it did. But it didn't. When I read this book and when I read the stuff, it didn't have soul.
Okay.
There was something lacking. It was the grammar was good, punctuation was good, the grammar was good, but it didn't have substance. It
Okay.
appeared to have substance, but it didn't have that je ne sais quoi, So I thought we could, rather than discuss it this month, we could maybe think about it and try it. And I was shocked that you could write a book on, because I asked it to write a book for me, and it outlined all the chapters. And if I went into each chapter, it would write them for me. It's I think it's a very, if you give it a go and see what it makes you feel like.
It's Claire, I believe, right?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I still need to get used to all of it. Here's the thing. Poetry is, I believe that the way we write does not matter. Because as I said, poetry is about connection. The substance you've seemed to lack in the thing is a feeling of emotional attachment, because we as humans, we respond best to emotions. That is why all of us love music, because that's a way to express feelings in a way which is understandable. Today, if you read ancient works, I'm not against all of them, no. But the thing is, the point of writing is to communicate, to share ideas and thoughts. It does not have to be complex. It could be just simple words put together meaningfully. And that is what AI lacks.
Yes.
They just think that poetry is something which needs to be old toned. No, it can be new. It can have new ideas, new opinions. It can have old grammar. It can have new grammar. It does not matter. What matters is the meaning behind it, and that is what lacks when you write from AI.
Right. It's very interesting. It's something that I'm sure there will be a lot of thought and a lot of discussion about, because the world people will be writing like this.
Mm.
Here's the
Uh,
thing, there are virtual, there are virtual friends, there are a lot of virtual things right now. But we all lack human interactions, and I don't
Mhm.
think that humans can be replaced. Emotional attachments can never be replaced by artificial intelligence because it is a form of human intelligence. It can never be recreated. It's
Mm.
just you. I
Yeah.
cannot program a computer to cry or to have a heartbreak or to even be happy. It will just be bland.
yeah. No.
Yep.
Well, there
Very
we
true,
are
Erin.
anyway. That's what
Very true, Erin. Very, very, very true.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yep, exactly. So that's why we're here, and this is why
Did
I have to
Julian
say,
want to
this
say
year,
something?
Claire will probably agree with me. This year we've had some fantastic experiences on these calls, on these episodes. Beautiful. Today is a very, very special one. So I hold this dear in my heart. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, no problem, Julian. I will hopefully see you next month. Yeah, there we go. And let's wrap up as it is. Unless anybody wants to say anything else, I see a hand up.
Yeah, I do.
Tell me, please.
Yeah, so I wrote something a few months ago and it was about equality. Well, here's the thing. What happens in today's world is we are looking at the past. We are always caught up thinking, what this happened. So when we talk about gender equality, what we go out and we tell them, what girls are facing this. This is happening to women, the women workforce, women empowerment. There's a little thing. Growing up here, I've noticed that there are stereotypes we hold against men as well, against guys or boys, whatever. If we are aiming to create a world which is equal, wouldn't it be the opposite way? I mean, if he wants to cook, if he wants to be a house person rather than go out and work, or if he wants to dance, if he wants to like pink, if he wants to do girly things, that's okay, that's all right. We don't have to criticize anybody for that. And I believe that at the end of the day, it is not about being particular and say and getting out into rallies and saying, what, I believe in this. It's rather putting it into our own lives. So if we want to make a world free where there is no discrimination based on religion, caste, gender, whatever, the thing is, we don't need to say that this person was discriminated against. We need to focus on improving their lifestyle. Rather, we need to look at everybody because it is about equality, not empowering or showing that this gender is better or that religion is better or that caste is better. It's rather just putting us all together in an equal domain. So you decide if you want gender equality or you want the past to be respected and some people to be uplifted because they faced consequences in the past.
Mm. Thank you so much for sharing, dear. Thank you. Thank you. I believe so. Just to check with you, Rosa Angelica, did you receive an email from me saying something like "Thank you for registering" or something like that?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay. So if you could just make a reply to that email just so that I know it's you, right? And I'll find a track and I'll share it with you, which is tackling at least in part this subject. And then feel free to tell me what you like, or sorry, what you feel about it, or maybe even you can write something and share it on another Malta Poet Society event like this, either next month or the month after, whenever. I'll just send me an email so that I know, okay, this is you. Maybe just sign Rosangelica, and I'll send you a track and have a listen to it and see what you feel about what it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also send me that
Uh-huh.
the one I'm talking about. The movie thing, the forest one.
Finding Forrester. Yeah, I will write you that as well.
Yeah, do
I'll
that.
write you that as well. No problem there. No problem. So we keep in touch via email, and please feel free to come again. Feel free to invite others to join, on these calls. Let's build a nice little unit or family, whatever you want to call it. It's beautiful to have a few more people than just, 3 or 4. Like, but just a bit more would be really nice,
Well,
and
here's
we
the
can
thing.
keep these.
Saturday
Come
nights
again?
I'm available. So I'll join you next month. Let's see.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm sorry, I think there is a little few seconds of delay, so I spoke over you without wanting to. Apologies. Yeah. Anyone else would like to share or comment before we wrap up? Yes, please. Erin.
This was wonderful. I'm sorry I'm in the library because I have a lot of stuff I would like to share here.
Excellent.
Next time
Looking
I'll
forward
be in the library.
to meeting you again, dear. Blessings. Thank
And
you
I
so
think
much. So
Finding
I'm sorry?
Forrester is a great movie.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
I'm sorry, what did you say last one?
Robin
Is it
Williams.
with Robin Williams?
No, Sean Connery.
Mm.
Sean Connery is the main character. Robin Williams does not feature in the movie. It's not Dead Poets Society, which is also another nice movie, by the way. But no, Finding Forrester is Sean Connery, and it is exceptionally good. So yeah, that's the reason why. Mela, let me confirm the actual date of next month. Mela, to the November like this. Yes, what do we have? Away and Serieta. Yep, third Saturday of the month, 16th. So third Saturday, 16th December is our next event. Last call for anyone to share anything. And just a reminder, Claire, please do save the chat as well. We've got beautiful.
How do I do that? I can't remember how to do it.
Okay, well,
I've
if
done
you're
it.
recording,
Done
it
it.
should give it to us.
Done it. I've done
Okay,
it. Chat
beautiful.
saved.
Beautiful. Okay. So if you're recording, it should do it automatically, but you can also use the 3 dots or something. But you
I turn
managed.
the
Beautiful.
recording off now.
Lovely. So signing off. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Looking forward to seeing you next month. Please invite others. Let's enjoy it. 2. Me. 2. Good. Perfect. Perfect.